Most engine failures are not from accidents or age. They're from simple mistakes that drivers make every single day. This is Mike Anderson from Garage IQ, and today we are counting down the 10 biggest mistakes I commonly see that are secretly destroying your engine. Number 10. Poor fluid maintenance. Modern engines need more than just oil to survive. While most drivers remember to check their engine oil, many forget about the other vital fluids that keep their cars running. The story of engine health actually involves 5 different fluids working together. An engine works like a high-performance athlete during a race. Just as athletes need water, sports drinks, and proper nutrition, engines depend on a careful mix of oil, coolant, transmission fluid, brake fluid, and power steering fluid. Missing any of these fluids puts the engine at serious risk. The cost of ignoring these fluids can be severe. Auto repair shops regularly see cars with failed power steering pumps, a $900 repair that comes from low fluid levels. A simple $20 bottle of fluid could have prevented this expensive damage. This pattern of hidden damage leads to the next common mistake. Number 9. Wrong fuel choice. Take a look at any gas pump today, and you'll notice something interesting. Modern fuel contains up to 15% ethanol. While that might sound harmless, this ingredient is silently causing problems in engines across the country. Ethanol acts like a magnet for water, forming a bond that creates a corrosive mixture. This combination slowly attacks fuel lines, injectors, and cylinder walls. Beyond attracting water, ethanol behaves like a solvent against rubber and plastic components throughout the fuel system. Think of it as a subtle but persistent force wearing away at these essential parts. Recent industry studies reveal a staggering cost. American drivers spend over $11 billion annually on ethanol-related repairs. And while we're talking about warning signs, there's another common issue that's probably making itself known right now, though most drivers simply turn up the radio to ignore it. Number 8. Ignoring engine noises. Every engine has a voice. When drivers hear new clicking sounds or rattles during acceleration, these aren't just random noises. They're the engine's way of signaling that something isn't right. Most concerning is that these sounds usually mean damage has already begun. A well-running engine operates like the world's most precise dance, with hundreds of metal parts moving together in microsecond perfect timing. When one of these parts starts to wear or fail, it creates a distinctive sound, much like a dancer missing a step in an otherwise flawless performance. Modern engines add another layer of complexity to this story. They're designed with sophisticated systems that automatically adjust to compensate for developing problems. While this engineering marvel keeps cars running smoothly, it can mask serious issues. That small ticking sound during idle, it might be a timing belt tensioner slowly failing, a relatively minor part that, if it breaks, can cause catastrophic engine damage. But while engine noises catch our attention, the next common mistake develops in complete silence, slowly building up damage with every mile driven. Number 7. Oil sludge buildup. Every car has a hidden enemy quietly building up inside its engine. Oil, the engine's lifeblood, slowly transforms into a thick, dark paste that clings to vital engine parts. Mechanics call this oil sludge, and it's one of the sneakiest ways engines fail. Today's engines run incredibly hot, much hotter than engines from just a decade ago. This intense heat literally cooks the oil until it turns into a sticky mess. The worst part is that this gunk loves to collect exactly where engines need clean oil the most: in narrow passages, around bearings, and near critical moving parts. The science isn't complicated, but it's fascinating. Heat breaks down oil molecules over time, turning them into a thick paste. Once this paste sticks to engine parts, it traps even more heat, creating a vicious cycle of breakdown and buildup. As bad as sludge buildup is, mistake number 6 can leave you stranded or worse. Number 6. Running on empty. That fuel gauge warning light isn't just about running out of gas. It's warning you about something far more expensive. Inside every fuel tank sits a pump that's actually cooled and lubricated by the fuel itself. Running on low fuel isn't just risky, it's like running a water pump without water. Here's the painful truth. Replacing a fuel pump costs as much as a decent vacation, usually $500 to $1,000. Even worse, all those tiny particles that naturally settle at the bottom of your tank become concentrated in those last few gallons, turning your fuel pump into an unwitting vacuum for abrasive debris. The numbers tell a clear story. While fuel pumps should last the life of your car, mechanics regularly replace them at just 60,000 miles in cars that frequently run near empty. That's like throwing away a week's paycheck because you didn't want to stop for gas. You might think a damaged fuel pump is bad, but wait until you see how mistake number 5 can wreck your engine before you even start driving. Number 5. Cold start damage. When the temperature drops below freezing, most of us just turn the key and drive off. But those first few moments are actually more damaging than hours of highway driving. When temperatures drop below freezing, engine oil becomes thick like cold honey, leaving crucial engine parts running metal on metal for those critical first seconds. A single cold start in freezing weather can be brutal. Imagine running a marathon without warming up. The engine's pistons, cylinders, and bearings take the brunt of this stress. Engineers have found that one cold start in freezing temperatures causes as much wear as 200 miles of normal driving. The impact is significant. In cold climates, this kind of startup wear can cut an engine's life by up to 15%. The solution can be as simple as a $20 engine block heater or just waiting 30 seconds after starting your car. Small changes in morning habits can add years to an engine's life. Cold starts are tough on engines, but mistake number 4 can destroy your engine in seconds. Number 4. Hydrolocked engine. A hydrolocked engine happens when water gets into your cylinders, and it's as devastating as it sounds. Your engine is designed to compress air and fuel, not water. When water enters the cylinders, it's like trying to compress a brick wall. Something has to give, and that something is usually your engine. The destruction is instant and catastrophic. Pistons bend, connecting rods snap, and in severe cases the engine block itself can crack. A hydrolocked engine often means a complete replacement, costing upwards of $7,000. The most dangerous part is that it takes just a few inches of water to hydrolock an engine. Driving through floodwaters isn't just risky. It's like playing Russian roulette with your engine. Even that small puddle could be hiding enough water to end your engine's life instantly. If you think hydrolock is scary, the next mistake can turn your engine into an expensive junkyard decoration overnight. Number 3. Timing belt failure. Modern engines are precision machines where pistons and valves dance within millimeters of each other. The timing belt is the conductor of this mechanical ballet. When it fails, these components collide at thousands of RPM, turning your engine into a very expensive paperweight. The destruction happens in milliseconds. In interference engines, which most modern cars have, the pistons and valves occupy the same space at different times. When the timing belt snaps, this perfect choreography fails. Metal meets metal at high speed, bending valves, damaging pistons, and often requiring a complete engine rebuild. Manufacturers specify timing belt replacement intervals for a reason. At about $500 to $800, a timing belt replacement seems expensive until you compare it to the $4,000+ cost of repairing a destroyed engine. Yet mechanics report that 70% of car owners ignore these service intervals completely. The next 2 mistakes are absolute engine killers. They can destroy your engine faster than anything else. Number 2. Oil starvation. Let's be crystal clear. Running an engine without oil is like running a human body without blood. At the speeds your engine operates, often over 2,000 rotations per minute, metal parts will weld themselves together in minutes without proper lubrication. The destruction is swift and absolute. At normal operating temperatures, engine components can seize in less than 5 minutes without oil, and the repair bill is often more than the car is worth. Metal literally melts and fuses, turning precision-engineered parts into scrap metal. Most concerning is how quickly this happens. By the time your oil pressure light comes on, you often have less than 2 minutes to shut off your engine before catastrophic damage occurs. But if you think oil starvation is bad, Our number one engine killer is even more devastating, and it happens more often than you might think. Number 1. Extreme overheating. The most devastating engine killer is overheating. Your engine operates at around 200 degrees Fahrenheit, already hot enough to boil water. But when your cooling system fails, temperatures can spike to over 400 degrees in minutes. At these temperatures, metal parts don't just wear out, they literally warp, deform, and melt. The destruction begins immediately. First, your cylinder heads start to warp. Imagine a straight piece of metal slowly bending like a banana. Then, your head gaskets blow, mixing oil, coolant, and combustion gases in a catastrophic cocktail. Finally, if you keep driving, your pistons can actually melt inside the engine, creating a repair bill that often exceeds the value of the entire car. Modern engines are incredibly resilient, but excessive heat is their kryptonite. In one case, just 5 minutes of severe overheating caused over $8,000 in damage. The truly tragic part was that the owner only needed to drive another mile to reach home, which cost them thousands. Here's the brutal reality about engine overheating. It never happens at a convenient time. It strikes during rush hour traffic, on long road trips, or in the middle of summer when your AC is blasting. The temptation to keep driving is strong, but those few extra miles can be the difference between a minor repair and a complete engine replacement. The warning signs are clear though. If your temperature gauge enters the red zone or you see steam from under your hood, pull over immediately. Don't try to limp home, and don't wait to reach the next exit. Every second your engine runs while overheating brings it closer to destruction. A minor overheating incident caught early might cost $500 to repair. Let it go too long, and you're looking at $3,000 to $8,000 for major repairs. Push it to complete engine failure, and you might as well start shopping for a new car. Yet despite these stakes, studies show that 60% of drivers admit to ignoring their temperature gauge at least once when they were almost home. There you have it, the 10 biggest mistakes that can destroy your engine. The scariest part is that most of these are completely preventable with proper maintenance and care. Do you want to save money on car repairs? Don't miss our next video ranking 28 car brands from most to least expensive to maintain. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications to find out if your car made the list. Remember, the best way to save money on car repairs isn't to wait until something breaks. The best way is to prevent it from breaking in the first place. We'll see you in the next video.